Final.
Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to have the final presentation of the speech by the great speakers. We all have to be united to end the violence against women and girls. This is the message that they are going to convey today. And I would request Abdur Rahman to deliver the first speech on the same topic. Abdur Rahman, over to you.
Women, W for wonderful, O for only one who cares, M for most beautiful gift award, A for adorable person, N for no one can be like her. Hello everyone, my name is Abdur Rahman. I study in grade 1 class. My school name is Vishayam Global School. औरत मोहताज नहीं किसी गुलाब की, वो खुद बागबान है इसी कायनात की. Yes, violence against women are special for many reasons. They are the most sensitive, caring, and maternal people in the world. Women are the primary caretaker of children and elders in every country of the world. Violence against women does not mean only physical violence. It also includes psychological sexual assault, which can cause the victim to suffer in many problems and can cause to suicide. Generally, many acts of violence against women are often carried by criminals. But the fact is that women face violence by their loved ones, not by the stranger. मर्द कहता है कि अकेली औरत महफूज नहीं. ये क्यों नहीं कहता? किसकी वजह से? Thank you.
Wow, Abdur Rahman, beautiful speech. And yes, in some cases, women are not safe. That's very true. But we have to be united to give them a safe environment, a safe world. Yes, David, what is your observation about Abdur Rahman's speech? David, you are not audible.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to use my headphones, but that doesn't work. All right. Good job, Abdur. Very, very good job. I really liked your opening because it wasn't the typical opening. It was, you actually did part of your speech first, which was nice. And you opened very strongly there. This is a very difficult subject for you to talk about because of your age, but you did the best that you could, and it was a nice set of information you had, talking about the different forms of violence, that it's not just physical violence, but it's other things as well. And that was very, very important and very, very good that you could do that. You were very clear. You were nice pace, so good job. Again, you did a lot of good information, and nice structure. I can't really say too much more. I didn't hear part of the speech, unfortunately, but it was very nicely done. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now Ishan is ready with his speech. Ishan, please go ahead.
Ma'am, please allow me to share screen.
Okay. Yes, Ishan.
Just wait a minute, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are.
Break the silence when you witness violence against women and girls. Do not sit back and act. A very happy good evening, everyone. Myself is Shan Ahmed. I'm a student of class 8 from Assam, India. Today, I am going to give a speech about on the topic violence against women. I am a student. I'm a young people. So this is my responsible. I do anything for my society. Violence against women is very bad, very dangerous problem in the society. So we have to stop this. But here start. Violence against women typically means a crime committed against women at any place, any crime, any creed. The crimes can be any kind of. Usually, they include rape, molestation, abuse, etc. The crimes in the world every year. Now, I'm sharing a story. Please listen carefully. One day, Rima was going to school by her cycle. In the road, she saw some boy running towards him and abused her. Rima was afraid. Rima was fastly went to school. In the class, she was quiet. And then her a friend came and asked, "What happened, Rima? Why you cry?" Then Rima explained what happened. Then Rima's friend told that we have to discuss with our teacher. Then Rima and her friends went to the teacher's room and discussed about this. And then teacher suggested to that we have to discuss with our principal sir. Then Rima and her friends and teacher went to principal room and discussed about this. And the next day, principal organized a general meeting. In this meeting, principal principal invite all of people. The principal give a very powerful speech about violence against women. And principal suggested to that we have to stop violence against women. We have to save our girls and women. In this story, we have to save every girls and women. This is my story. Now we see types of violence reported by women. 40% sexual harassment, 36% physical abuse, 50% verbal abuse is very effect. What is the reason of violence against women? Number one, community factors. Under the community factors are number one, male privileged society. Number two, high level of poverty and unemployment. Number three, low percent of women in public place. Number two reasons, society factors. Society factors include are one, honor killings. Number two, gender discrimination. And number three, early marriage. Early marriage. This is what is the impact? Violence against women in the health impact. Now we see women exposed to intimate partner violence are mental health. Mental health include twice as likely in experience depression, almost twice as likely to have alcohol use. Alcohol use. Sexual and reproductive health. 16% more likely to have a low birth weight baby. 1.5 times more likely to acquire HIV and 1.5 times more likely to contract syphilis, infection, clemens. Death and injury. 42% of women who have experienced physical or sexual violence at the hands of a partner have experienced injuries as a result. 38% of all murders women globally were reported as being committed by their intimate partners. So what step we have to take in when stop this? Number one, the principle of gender equality is ensured. Number two, amendments of criminal law. And number three, fast track special courts. Special courts. Special courts. Now is the time we can sense the harmful behavior at the core of this problem. What was learned can be unlearned. It is time for us all, men, women, girl, boy, and public act. We have to stop. At last, I request all of you, please save every woman and girl and give her fundamental rights and make a better society. Thank you, everyone. Give me this opportunity. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishan. It was a very well-researched speech. Thank you very much. And now over to you, David, for your comments.
Thank you, Doctor. Ishan, very nice job. As Dr. Lima said, very, very well researched. You covered a lot of information on your slides. Well done to have a PowerPoint presentation slideshow. You have to be careful about reading too much off the screen because the audience will be reading along with you. What I would suggest with that is using numbers, the numbers more on their own, and then you describe what the number represents. That might be a little bit more impactful. Also having a little bit more of a delay between the numbers to let the numbers sink in, because you're talking about a very, very important statistics here. So to reinforce that with the audience, tell them 50% of women, etc., have to do with sexual abuse, physical abuse, alcoholism, the things you covered. But put a pause in between each statistic so that enables the statistic to sink in with the audience and its significance. The other thing we have to start working on with you, Ishan, is getting your pronunciation more clear in some of the cases, okay? It's pretty good right now, but we can improve it. And if we improve it, you'll be better scored. You'll be better in competitions, etc., etc. And I know you like to compete, so that's something we can work on and support further. The other thing, you have to be careful about too much information, but I think this wasn't too bad. It was paced nicely. It was important stuff. So good job overall, and then let's see if we can improve even further in future renditions of it, okay? All right, thank you so much, Ishan. Back to you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was like a genuine evaluation of Ishan's, because Ishan, being over-enthusiastic participant or speaker, I think he has taken lots of stuff, lots of content in the speech. I suggest that if he would have taken like a few stories, emotional type of 1 or 2 stories, and then appeal at the end that what exactly he wants from the audience, I think that's going to make his speech more effective. And the purpose that we have to give the message to the world will be clear. Now our next speaker is Neha Khatun. Neha Khatun.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Neha Khatun. I read in class 7 from Nandasar Chakravarti High School, Assam, India. Today, I am going to speak about violence against women. I am girl, so this is my responsible. I do anything for every woman and girls. Here I start. Violence against women in India is going side by side to the technological improvement in modern world in the country. Violence to the woman is of various types and can happen at any place like home, public place, etc. It is a big issue related to the woman which cannot be ignored as it is hindering almost of half growth of the country. Women in the world society have always been considered as the things of enjoyment from the ancient time. Have we see different forms of violence against women? Number 1, intimate partner violence. Number 2, sexual violence. Number 3, female genital mutilation. Number 4, forced and early marriage. Number 5, femicide. And number 6, trafficking. It very affect in every woman's and girl's life. So we have to stop this. Stop violence against women. Number 1, provide comprehensive health survive. Number 2, collect data about prevalence, risk factors, and health consequences. Number 3, prevent violence by fostering and informing prevention programs. Number 4, inform police to address violence against women. Number 5, advocate for the recognition of violence against women as public health problem. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, Neha. It was very well tried speech. And I remember your first time speech, and I remember now there is a vast difference. You have improved a lot. So I really appreciate Neha. And now over to you, David. What you have to say about Neha's speech?
Yes, Nihar, very nice job. I've never heard you speak before, so for me it's the first time hearing you speak, and it's been, oh, that's interesting. I'm behind the same desk as Dr. Lehman, yet we're thousands of miles apart. That's pretty good. So throw me for a curveball. So your speech presentation was very good, but the comments I have kind of echo comments Helen Ishan's speech. You have to be careful of the presentation that you don't read too much off the slides, because the audience can do that and will do that. So they'll lose some concentration on what you're actually saying. Also, you got to be careful because there's a lot of information to cover, and you need to have the right breaks and pauses in place to let the audience think about what you're saying and the impact of those. The statistics you had were very interesting, and the comments that you made on those statistics were also very good. My one major point was, again, pronunciation of words and the understanding of the meaning of those words. Some of those things I think you may have, I don't know, it sounds like you were reading those for the first time, kind of, or you'd never heard the correct pronunciation of some of the longer words and bigger words. That can be overcome by practice, and that's what this whole thing is about. I didn't, unfortunately, I don't have my notepad to take notes of some of the things that could be improved that way. That's what I need to do, because I'm a native English speaker. I'm an author, editor, and all the rest of the things. So what I might be doing the next time is I'll have my notebook with me so I can note down words that we need to improve on and we need to practice. Okay, so, but it was a good effort. I really liked it. I really appreciate the fact you put that effort in there. And don't forget, you have a world champion finalist with you, in the room with you, which is really good. And Ishan can really help you develop your skills still further. And Ishan, that gives you a job and a commitment to do to help your friend, okay? So very good job, nice work. I'm looking forward to the next time I hear you speak. Back to you, Doctor. Oh,
thank you very much for your comments. And yes, it's true that for the competition, Neha has come first time, but in the presentation, she was there sometimes. I think only once she has spoken before. Now we have two more speakers. They have just joined. May I request Alicia to deliver her speech? Alicia Neaz, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
A very scintillating evening to all. I'm Alicia Niaz, student of grade 7 from Khadija Tilkabra Girls Public School, New Delhi, India. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me today to share my experience and thoughts on an issue that is truly vital and important to the future of all people around the world. That issue is of how to solve women and girls' violence and discrimination. Global research indicates that 1 every 3 women has been of either emotional, physical, or sexual violence. This could be in the form of different sets of rules laid down for a son or daughters by parents, and we should include mothers in this decision-making as well. Cases of discrimination, sexual harassment, or rape has been registered over time against family members, boys in the locality, teachers, students, co-workers, employers, public transport workers, and also local authorities of the state. In Mumbai, on 10th of August 2012, a girl was raped and murdered in her house itself. The justice was served to the girl, but the question remains, where is the woman really safe if she is not safe even inside her own house? Unfortunately, none of us have a definite answer yet. But what we do have now is the will and resolve to make this question entirely redundant in the future. I believe that men have as important role to play in their quest for a world without gender violence and discrimination as women do. It is their problem too. Not because they have mothers, daughters, wives, and sisters, but it's their problem because it's a human rights issue, and we all are human beings. Yes, strong deterrent laws and swift justice can accomplish a great deal, but it cannot accomplish everything. Society has to change because it is the society that breaks the laws. There has to be a cultural change in the mindset across all demographics of society. Change that was redefine the concept of masculinity, not just for today, not just for today's men, but Because there is no who have not been taught what is right. We need to teach the children and everyone a new meaning of masculinity. The young boys and girls who will grow up to be leaders, opinion makers, and cultural icons of tomorrow. They will have their own families and transfer the ideology, beliefs, and morality to the next generation. By educating them, we will evolve into the people we want our people to be today. Finally, I would like to conclude by stressing the importance of hope, even under worst of days, because as insurmountable as the mountain of prejudice and inequality may seem, it is actually urgent pile of dust that we for centuries we have been swept under the carpet. Our united will and the gust of a new mindset is all that we
I think Alicia has some network issue, but anyway, her speech was about to complete, and she has conveyed her message, whatever she wanted to say. Now, David, your comments for Alicia.
Okay. I'm not sure whether you can still hear me, Alicia. Your camera seems to be moving a little bit again, but nice job, a good pace. Your voice, how can I put this? I don't want to, what am I trying to say? Your voice sounds sad, okay? It sounds a little bit emotionally sad, okay? Like you're telling a sad story. Okay, I'm being very delicate about the way I put this because that is your natural voice. Some people have very positive, uplifting, strong voices. Some people have quieter voices. You have an emotional voice and it sounds kind of sad. Use that to your advantage in the speech, okay? This is a very, very sad and emotional subject, and especially for you. You're a girl, a woman, and you've got to face this in the future and say, you know, this is a very sad situation for the world, and you know, we need to improve things, we need to change things and get things better for women and girls now and in the future. I like the inclusion of mentioning how men and boys have responsibility in this area too. Of course they do. Of course we do. As a male, yes. And that's something that people don't often talk about when they're talking about this subject. The men are 99.9% of the time the perpetrators of this violence and this cruel, mean action. So we as men should take responsibility for that. So that was a good point that you raised. I would add to that a very simple way to start is that fathers and uncles and older brothers should tell their younger siblings, their sons and their nephews, to not stand for any violence towards women in any way, shape or form. That's what I told my two sons. That's what I've told everybody I've ever talked to on this subject. The older males in society should take responsibility and wipe this thing out. So that was a good point that you raised there. You can emphasize it still further. Very nice job. You've always got a good quality to the way you speak, and I do like it. And the structure of your speech was nice. The pacing was also very nice. The shame that the internet kind of let us down with the end of the speech, but good job overall, Alicia. Nice work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words.
Mr. David. Yes, Alicia, go ahead. What are you saying?
Ma'am, I was saying that my voice is actually like that because I'm a bit ill. Sorry for that.
You are a bit ill, and secondly, you always face network issue. That is also a fact. That also plays a very important role while delivering the speech. Thank you very much. Thank you all the participants. Your result will be announced tomorrow when we are going to give you the points. And Maria Shams was supposed to be here, And then Olita was supposed to be here, but both of them are not here, so they are going to miss the points for this speech. And then we will be meeting on 14th November. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am. The Children's Day.
Yes, 14th November, we are going to celebrate Children's Day. There are many others who have registered themselves along with you people, and everybody is going to deliver the speech on Children's Day. Thank you, David. Take care. And thank you, everyone. It was really a great session. And see you all
Thank you, Steve.
on 14th. Thank you. Take care.